What's up, guys? How we doing today? As you can tell by the title of this is a vlog rant. It's actually my first one. It's not my first. I've actually done one before, but I decided it was best interest not to upload it. It was going to be a little too controversial. Not that I was trying to stir any controversy, but that's exactly why I didn't want to upload it. But this one is kind of similar to that one, and I do apologize ahead of time if this video is a little bleh. Because if you can't hear, my computer is actually rendering another video right now, and it's using quite a bit of space as far as CPU usage. But as you can tell by the name of the title, is social media has ruined society today as we know it, and other media outlets, or as I'm going to say, refer to as multimedia, not as multimedia in terms of computer, I guess you would say, but like, news and everything like that. And what I'm basically talking about is the reasons we're having so many issues like we are right now, with everybody being against the police and so on and so forth, is because of the media. The media has blown some of the stuff so far out of proportion that it's tearing this nation, I guess you would say, apart. It's dividing people even more apart from one another, different races or just people in general, because of their beliefs now, than it has in so many years since basically the introduction of social media, Facebook, Twitter, and news being able to broadcast nation and worldwide and everything. Because there's a lot of people out there like, we never had this issue back in my day, and we're talking about people that are maybe in their 50s or over, and it's like, yeah, the reason why is because stuff didn't spread. We had issues like this over time. The history of humans has been nothing but violence. We are actually probably in more of the peaceful times when you look at the history, but because of social media and the news, oh my god, don't even get me started with them. I don't even watch the news anymore because it's nothing but bad crap, and it's all bullshit because they're just trying to make you lose your mind because it's all bad news. Exactly, right? Nobody wants to watch the news if it was just all holly jolly. Actually, that's wrong, because I would watch the news. It's always nice. It's just like watching cat videos. It's always nice to see stuff happening that is nice across the globe. But because of media, all this stuff is dividing our country, dividing races, dividing not just races, like I said already, but people, hating against people that they didn't think they'd hate against, because now we have a way to, everybody has a way to find out about what's happening, and everybody has a way to let everybody else know what they think is happening, and boom. I mean, yes, I do use, Twitter, I use Facebook, I use YouTube, obviously, but I'm not using it to start shit. And that's basically what a lot of people do. And I'm not just gonna hit on the whole police and everything like that. I support the police until you're in their positions. And a lot of these shootings that I have seen, what do you want them to do? Yes, there are alternatives that can be done, but until you get in that situation, that's why I'm not going to go into it, because I've never been in that situation. You don't know how tough it was, or how quick, because it's always easy to look on the outside in. It's like when you're watching a football game or whatever sport you like, and you sit there and said, I would have done that. It's easy because you're not in it at that moment. And people have a hard time separating that themselves from that today. So it's just, I don't know, it's just messed up. Another thing is, it's desensitized people. It's definitely desensitized people. Sorry about that face. It's so easy. Everybody's a keyboard warrior is basically what I'm saying. Nobody wants to get along. It's all over the place. It's in Facebook. It's on, you see those things on Facebook, pictures or something, and there's always somebody bickering. You can watch the nicest video on YouTube, and there's bickering in the comment section and everything like that. And it's just ruined because it's separated everybody. It's brought everybody very close. I mean, you can be good friends with people from all over the place. I know I am. And now it's made it so easy to make them your enemies as well. And there's no need to be that way. I would be perfectly fine if Facebook shut down and Twitter shut down. I wouldn't be fine if YouTube shut down, because obviously this is what I like doing. I like video gaming, and I like to vlog and put my thoughts out there when I can. But I would be fine with those. Like, you ever see those pictures of like a nice, awesome house that says, this could be yours, rent free, and all that other kind of stuff if you could give up Facebook. And it's no question I'd be gone in a second. I mean, I don't think I could give up the internet, because like I said, I like, even if it's just using the internet to download games so I can play games, but I can give up everything else. I definitely like to keep doing YouTube if that's possible, but it's just, I'm just tired, man. I think everybody is tired of this whole fighting. We just need to realize that these are not as big of an issue as they think they are. And I'm not talking about the tragedies that happen from the terrorists and those bastards. No, I'm talking about the cops and the violence. It's been going on forever. That kind of thing is what I'm saying. That kind of, the shootings, that's all been going on for a very long time. But because now the media wants to spin it like it is, it makes people that much more angry. And now I can understand it coming from a race point, where it seems like the cops are only doing this to black people. I mean, you look up the statistics. I looked up some statistic, but of course it's the internet, so I always keep in mind that you can't trust everything you see on the internet. But I've looked up, and there's been quite a few white people that have been taken out over the years by the police, usually doing something completely stupid, But whatever. I'm not gonna get all into that. I know I support, the men in blue, most of them. And this is coming from somebody who's been harassed by police. I have been harassed. And it's not because, I'm a bad person. It's because I owned a certain type of car that stood out, made you think that I was from the Fast and Furious. So I would always, and it definitely is not as bad as some harassments go. But I mean, the moment I bought that car, the next day, or the day that I went to work in it, I had a police escort in each of the different parts. I'm not going to, say the counties, but there was basically 2 counties that I would go through. It's not a big deal. But I had a cop pick me up when I came out of where I lived. Not pick me up, but, I came by. It's like they drove by me, saw my car, whipped around. I watched him go down a road, whip it around in the middle of the road. There was nobody behind me. There was, but followed me to work. Well, followed me kind of to work till when it got outside of his district area, backed off. But sure enough, there was another cop from the other county there, followed me in again. All because of the car I was driving. And I had this happen a lot. I have friends that can vouch. I would go to car club events and meet up with them, and we'd work on cars and stuff. And on the way home, boom, there's a cop. And they'd pull me over for stupid reasons. Always pulling me over for like a dumb reason. I swerved to miss a cat one time. Pull me over. There's no way in hell he didn't see the cat that I was swerving to miss that ran out in front of me. But still came up and, blah, 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 blah. And they were just, being, you can kind of say being bullies, trying to let me know that, hey, you try to do anything, we got you. And that's just the way it is. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect driver. Far from it. I did get a couple tickets, actually within an hour, but that was in Virginia. We all know how Virginia cops are. Sorry. But I have friends that are cops. I have a couple friends that are military police. And this is one thing I said in my last rant that I didn't upload, is why are we so hypocritical about cops? Everybody hates on cops. But do you know that there's probably at least a good percentage of more than half of cops are former military? And yet we support the troops, right? But oh no, when they become a cop, fuck them? That's very hypocritical. And that's what I don't like. But as I'm saying, I know friends that are cops. One of them wasn't former military, but 2 of them, well 3 of them actually, 2 of them are still in the military, are. What do you think they're going to do when they get out of the military? Out of the Marines and out of the Army and things like that. They are going to become regular plain police officers, more than likely. You're not going to support them? You can't, there's bad apples out there. The bad apples that drove the cars and made the mistakes of being idiots that caused me to become in with that crowd when I got the type of car I got. Now, the type of car I got, the reason why I'm not saying it is because I don't want to start any bullcrap about the type of car it is, because some people I know are very passionate about vehicles. I did car shows, so it was a little blingy, and it was pretty quick. I'm sorry, it was a fast car for what it was and what I had done to it. But just because of those cops that harassed me did not sway my thing. I was like, you know what, they're just doing their job. Granted, they're kind of taking away my time coming to and from work, or pulling me over just doing a regular job. They're stealing time from me, but no harm, no foul. It's not like, some of the stuff. It's just crazy, man. We just gotta stop listening to the media. The media is out there to do nothing but create drama. They're like that old girlfriend or ex-boyfriend. They just want to stir shit up. That's all they're good for. They're blowing stuff out of proportion. We as a people need to start realizing that there are other people on the other side of that monitor, keyboard, and just stop being bullies to each other and, you know, things like that. I don't know if I've really hit on what I wanted to hit on earlier, but I'm going on 12 minutes, and I don't want to make this a super long video, but this crap needs to stop. And basically that's just me saying social media, multimedias as news, and other news platforms on the internet has completely and utterly ruined society today. And a dark age would be great, because people can't bitch and bicker when there's nothing to bitch and bicker about, when they're being kind of like mind warped into thinking that they need to complain about what they're complaining about. I don't know. And I had something earlier about, also I was thinking about how people are, you know, talking about who's going to be president, Hillary or Trump. Here's an idea. There's other fucking candidates out there, people. We need to make a change to get these other candidates that don't get the glamour and the glitz of being able to have all these things. We need to be able to get other parties into this. You know, not just, you know, sitting on the sidelines and occasionally being able to come in and, you know, let people know they're there. Gary Johnson. I'm pretty sure maybe some of you haven't even heard of him. He's like the prime to me, he's a prime candidate to be our president instead of fuckwad and douchebag. You know, it's just whatever, you know. we just got so much stuff that we're off course on, and we got to get back on track. We can't just keep hating everybody and, you know, disagreeing with other people if they have a different, you know, view on things. We have to learn that there is different views. And I mean, I'm not saying anything new. We all know what needs to happen, so why the hell isn't it happening? I'm going to end it right there, because now we're on 14 minutes. And like I said, I don't want to just keep rambling to make it seem like I'm rambling. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, what you think of this idea for the rant section for vlogging. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. And love each other.